Pointings of the day: being human on planet Earth. On the planet Earth, nature manifested in physical form of dense matter, it is all about growing. On other planets where no life form exists, like those on Earth, it is not about growing. Growing is only possible by being with growing instead of rejecting or ignoring growing. This process is often called evolution, while something evolves during changing processes. Humans often mistake their place in this natural growing process for being the doer of such processes. But the processes themselves belong to universal laws and cannot be changed or interfered by human abilities. In other words, humans are not the center of the planet Earth. In the science of the ecosystem of the Earth, it is also known as humans can be replaced at any time through other life forms, which are better fitting for the process of growing. A true scientist will not fall for the idea of apocalypse, for instance, since science itself is based on sobriety and humility, acknowledging and respecting the discovered and clearly seen facts as they are, without interfering by judging them. A scientist will merely state the fact with calmness that if an instrument like a human life form does not serve the evolution processes on the planet Earth, it will die out, and very likely something else will take its place. A dinosaur is not better or worse than a human. In the frame of time-space coordinates, there is coming and going, constant change, while the laws on which the change is based do not change. Human existence works inside the time-space coordinates, while simultaneously there is access to the laws behind them, like it is seen in the discovery field of consciousness. So it is possible to look at what is beyond the time-space system, while the instrument used for this, the human body, is part of it. Through the possibility of exploring what is beyond, something like joy appears, which is experienced as nourishing and gives a feeling of not being only a figure in a software program that is played by others, but rather a feeling of how it is to be the creator of the software program. People often call this feeling purpose of life, although it is not really the point of human existence, but it is for sure something that is enliving, refreshing, inspiring, meaning being with the experience of spirit, of something people call divine, and thereby a feeling of being trapped or being like a puppet cannot take over and smother. The experience of being as original beingness that is not the same like the expression of the body, in other words, the experience that we are not the body, but originally something that can be called spiritual or spirit, that is not bound to the body and not limited by the body, goes hand in hand with breathing, meaning through spiritual experience or the experience of Holy Spirit, breath itself is experienced something people also call the odom of God, the movement behind the scenes, so to speak. When people experience this kind of union with God or being spirit itself, breath itself, the first time, they are often totally blown off their feet. It comes along with a feeling as if they had slept the whole time in a kind of numb and unconscious state. And therefore this first time is also called awakening. Most people describe it also as that they have the impression that it is as if the real life just starts at this point, and as if everything that happened without the awareness of being, just a being, and not bound to the idea of I am the body, was merely a delusion, a rather dead state of reaction mode, like being only the character of a software program that is just moving on the way how it is programmed. This is why this process of awakening is also called discovering the truth or becoming free. The identification with the I thought vanishes and egoic patterns fade out. The I thought can still appear, but there is no more being enslaved to it. There's rather the experience of moving more freely, more fluently, with the energy flows of life, with what people call intuition or will of God or co-creation. It is as if one becomes a co-worker, a partner of God, and not being merely a robot programmed to function. It comes with the feeling of being truly alive.